Good morning from the lounge, one of the lounges at Istanbul Airport in Turkey. I've been here all night on a stopover. I came from Morocco and I'm heading to Ukraine, to Uman for Rosh Hashana. For those of you who are not familiar, Rosh Hashana is the Jewish New Year, and some Hasidic people have a custom to go to Uman, which is in Ukraine, as I mentioned, to the grave of a very great rabbi, Rabbi Nachman of Breslov, who is buried there. This tradition has been going on for over 200 years now. At this point in time, about 50,000 Jews come from all over the world to be by Rabbi Nachman's gravesite for Rosh Hashana. It's a very serious holiday, but it's also a great time, and it's sort of like a Hasidic festival, if you can explain it in any way. So as you can see, there's a group of Jewish men praying at the gate because they're all going to Uman for Rosh Hashana. I should have known. I should have known they were going to do that, and I could have joined them. I guess I wasn't thinking. If I would have gotten to the gate earlier, I could have prayed with them. Anyhow, okay, let's get on the flight. Rosh Hashana is tonight. That means it's very late to be traveling. Most people would have traveled 2, 3, 4 days ago to avoid the last minute rush, but my schedule didn't allow for that. So here I am just a couple hours before the holiday starts, getting on a plane. Hopefully everything will go smoothly. Wish me luck. Hello.
Did you take yours?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Hello.
Thank
you. Wheels up from Istanbul. Should be in Kiev in about an hour and a half. And we are in Ukraine. Finally. Last time I was here was 2 years ago. Couldn't come for Rosh Hashana last year because the government closed down the entire country 3 weeks before Rosh Hashana, specifically so that our group shouldn't come. It was a whole crazy story. Some people managed to get in, but only 3,000 people were there last year for Rosh Hashana. Once again, usually it's around 50,000. So this year we'll see what it looks like, but there's supposed to be a lot of people. It's massive lines, massive lines. It's never been like this, but there's this whole system. You have to put in an app on your phone, and you have to put in your phone number, and you get a text message, and the system crashed and it wasn't sending text messages to US phone numbers. So everyone here is calling their friends around the world, trying to get a phone number from a different country to send the text message to for verification. So I sent mine to Israel, other people are sending to Europe. It's complicated, but eventually, hopefully, we'll get in here. I've been here close to an hour waiting. Hopefully we'll be in soon. Okay, so thank God, got into the country. It's a big deal because last year I wasn't able to come. This is going to be the 10th year that I'm coming to Uman for Rosh Hashana. It would have been 10 years consecutively last year, but last year, once again, I was not able to come because of COVID. It's good to be back. I must say also the Ukrainian border guards were very, very kind, and there were people who were having trouble getting the text message verification on their phones, and the border guards literally escorted them out of the airport to a shop where they can buy a local SIM card so that the verification number would work, and then they escorted them back into the airport where they had to go through passport control after verifying their phone numbers. But they have been very accommodating, and that's very nice. Anyhow, we're getting into the car over here. We have a 3-hour drive to Uman, and the holiday starts in about 8 hours. Okay, so just arrived in Uman. It's pretty crazy here. You're probably gonna see things you've never seen in your life. It's a very colorful group of people, and anything can happen, so just watch out for it. The police block off the street for most cars, so I have like 5-10 minutes of walking that I have to do down the main street over here. And Uman attracts, as I said, a lot of interesting people, a lot of artist types, a lot of very colorful people. There's a lot of noise, a lot of dancing. It's... Huh? And a lot of singing, a lot of dancing. never a dull moment. At the same time, we are going to be celebrating Rosh Hashana, which is the Jewish New Year, Day of Judgment, and it's also a very serious time, and it's interesting to see how this works out together. The seriousness of Rosh Hashanah along with the joy of Rosh Hashanah all in one place. It's the happiest Rosh Hashanah you'll ever see anywhere else, which is why I like to come here. Okay, so I'm now in the apartment where we're staying. My father is here. Two of my brothers are here. Well, I only have two brothers, so they're both here. And I also have a sister, but she's not here. Anyway, oh my god, a bee. Hello. Please leave. Please leave. Thank you. Okay, not yet. Anyhow, this is a little tiny balcony or porch, whatever you want to call it. It's closed in with windows. And this is where I sleep. There are beds here too, but I like to have some privacy, so I just put down a mattress on the floor. Right there. This is where I stay. I leave the windows open. It's freezing cold at night, just the way I like it. Anyway, I'm the kind of person who needs a little bit of personal space. So, and this apartment is very small. There's 10 people in it. You need to understand that in Uman, I think the town usually has about 50 or 60 or maybe 70,000 residents. And then for Rosh Hashanah, all these Hasidim move into town, and the population of the town literally doubles overnight, just for like a couple days, and then everyone leaves again. The sewer systems fail every year. There's blackouts. It's very hard for the town to absorb everything at once, you know, and like just shocks all the infrastructure. So anyhow, there's also a lack of housing space, which is why a lot of people are crammed into small apartments. But it's for a short period of time, and you know, we're volunteering to do this. Not like anyone's forcing us to come. So this is what we do because you know, I do it personally because it's very important to me, and this is definitely one of the spiritual highlights of my year, probably the spiritual highlight of my year. So yeah. Another thing to keep in mind is that it gets very, very crazy outside. As I mentioned, you saw a little bit of the markets and the people and the music. It's very easy to get distracted. So I try very hard to, when I come here, to like zone in, focus on what's important, spiritual growth, and working on myself to become a better person. Obviously I get a little bit distracted every year. So like I go outside and you know, I meet friends and go out to eat. There's a lot of pop-up restaurants that are not open all year, but they're open now for Rosh Hashana. So it's impossible to, you know, it's pretty much almost impossible to just focus on learning, studying Torah, and praying the whole day. You gotta go out and give your physical side a little bit of attention too. But for the most part, I try to focus and stay out of the streets because I came here for spiritual growth, so that's what I want to focus on. This is the view from my room. So this is the town of Uman. Only a couple years ago, only the old Soviet buildings existed. All this new construction is very recent, the last 5-10 years. This place really has exploded with growth, and people are buying properties here, and they're building hotels and restaurants and stores and whatnot. So it's interesting to see this place develop every year, get a little bit larger. Anyway, I have to pray. I didn't daven Shachris yet, I didn't do the morning prayers yet, it's already afternoon. But I was traveling all day, so it was pretty difficult to get that done. So I'm going to do it now, then I'm going to run out, take care of some errands, and before you know it, it's Rosh Hashana, and no filming. So I'm in the staircase of one of these old Soviet buildings. This is where we're staying. Very primitive, but it works. Anyhow, I am going out now into the streets to get to run some errands. I have to get a kittel, which is a white robe which the Jewish men here will wear on Rosh Hashana. I have to get a white kippah and a scarf because it's a little bit cold. It's a little secret. I was in such a rush to come to Uman that I got on a plane without any clothing. I sent my boy Effie, you know him from the steak video, and I put, he bought me socks and underwear and a bunch of other stuff. What's up, Effie? Uman hug.
Yeah, Uman hug.
Don't smell me, I stink.
What's up?
Oh my god, it's a lot of stuff.
No, it's not Hashanah.
Not all mine?
No, I have another
Okay,
package
good.
for someone else.
Okay, good. So which one's mine?
This one, the small one.
Go ahead, Tadek, you're the man.
Just your socks.
See, now I have clothing.
LOL.
Okay, so the mattress is going down. Linen on top of that. And Shloime has himself a bed. Simple like that. And by the way, it's supposed to go down to 4 degrees Celsius. I don't even know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's going to be cold, really cold. But I'm going to enjoy it because my wife doesn't let me turn on the AC all year round. So finally I get to have some cold weather. Okay, so things are quieting down in the streets. And the holiday is starting, the Yom Tov is starting, Rosh Hashana is starting in about less than an hour. See, a lot of people are already dressed in white, they're ready to go. I'm headed to the mikveh, which is a ritual bath that many Hasidic men go to every single day. And the ones who don't go every day, many of them go on Fridays before Shabbos. And if they don't go on Fridays before Shabbos, then they go before a holiday such as Rosh Hashana. And some people do all of them. They go every day and they go before Shabbos. So that's where I'm headed now. And then we're gonna shut all the technology down for 48 hours and focus on rocking in the new year. Okay guys, Rosh Hashana is starting in a minute or two. Wanted to wish you all a happy, healthy, sweet new year. And that's it. We'll see you in 48 hours. Be well.